It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to you, and welcome back to the incredible Tarryn Tomlinson. She is back, and she has covered some ground since the last time we saw a trailblazing media figure, social innovator, and advocate for inclusive tourism, because it really does matter, from founding impactful initiatives to literally conquering Mount Kilimanjaro in a wheelchair. Tarryn's story is a testament to purpose, to perseverance, and I think powerful change that can create very powerful ripples. Thank you so much for being here.
Oh, wow. Thank you for that wonderful introduction.
It's difficult to introduce you these days, because every time we see you, you've added another list of achievements. So I think the first question begs, how are you in this crazy world? I think a lot of people very low volts at this time of the year. You seem to be exploding with energy.
Yeah, I'm good. I feel blessed. Extremely grateful to be here and to be able to share the story again. And yeah, just take everything one day at a time. Some days are good, some days are bad.
Yeah, literally, we just focus at what's right in front of us, and we move towards that. And I think you capture that mentality in the most powerful way, and you just keep applying yourself to new spaces. Before we touch on Kilimanjaro, can I ask you, just for those that are uninitiated to your story, what are the formative experiences, those moments that inform this?
Yeah.
Why are you the way you are? Have you been able to discern that yet?
Yes, I've been introduced to lots of challenges from very early on in my life, and I think what doesn't break you, if you take the lessons therein, it will strengthen you. And so I am the way I am. Multiple challenges, one of that being I was 18 turning 19, and then I got rheumatoid arthritis. So I went from being able-bodied one moment to then having extreme pain in my knee, and then the next, and then having, within a year, I think I needed to use a wheelchair. So yeah, those were one of the formative challenges that I went through.
Where do you find the strength? As someone who would have found it physically, who would have attacked the problem with that physical energy, where does it come from now? How have you been able to recalibrate yourself? Because clearly it's coming from somewhere.
Yeah, well, I didn't have much physical energy. I still do sometimes, and I do.
Just the spark. Let's just go, yeah.
Just the spark. But I think it's the mental focus. I think that if you have an ability to focus your vision on the end result of what it is, the energy will come. You don't have to manufacture the energy. You just have to stay clear on your goal. And I think that from there, because I really don't know. I really can't say the inner where it comes from.
I think there are quantum connections happening here, which is a beautiful thing, and maybe why so many people connect with you. I was joking earlier, you don't mince your words. You say it like it is, which is vitally important in your space. When did that transition happen? When did it become clear to you that you've got to actually put yourself out there, get on top of a mountain and start screaming this message for everybody else, not just your own journey?
Yeah, well, I had part of my journey after the difficulty with arthritis. I had a fantastic experience. I manifested living in Italy for a while. When I was there, I had the privilege of living in a hotel, traveling quite a bit, and getting to experience what services are there for persons with disabilities in Europe and when you're traveling around and living in these spaces. When I came back to South Africa, I started a non-profit organization helping underprivileged kids. But from there, I was still challenged by the physical barriers that I found on a day-to-day basis, right? So I had to leave school because school was inaccessible, so I couldn't finish school.
Cut off from education.
Cut off from education. I couldn't go to university. I had to do correspondence because university was inaccessible.
Cut off.
Cut off. Couldn't apply for jobs because job spaces were inaccessible. So that was, all of those challenges. And coming back to South Africa, applying myself, but then still finding, as a person that's traveled, I'm challenged when I enter hotel spaces. And these are spaces that I'm paying full price for this room, but people just have a careless attitude of it's like,
ignorance, a level of ignorance,
which is just incredibly frustrating because no one gives you a discount when you come in, for their ineffectiveness. And so it was from there that I was like, you know what, I'm going to apply myself, understand all that I can in this sphere, and then just see how I can better that. And that's when I started my company, Livable. We're Universal Access Consultants. And in order to launch the company, we went to climb Kilimanjaro.
As one does.
Yes.
And I would imagine someone said you couldn't somewhere along the way. You were like, okay, then that's fine. We shall do it. How terrifying was that prospect when it became real and you had to start to do the fitness and actually put into your head now this process that breaks a lot of very physically able people?
Yeah.
How terrifying was that prospect?
I said no to the person that asked me for 2 years. 2 years. Every year they were like, are you going carried? I was like,
Hell no.
I'll meet you at the hotel afterwards with a glass of warm beverage for you. So I said no for 2 years because I was afraid. I could not imagine myself in that cold with my physical challenges and the pain and all of that kind of stuff. So I said no. But then when the opportunity came, and I thought, this is a great way to shine a spotlight on our business, and really that it's your attitude that determines your altitude.
In this case, literally.
In this case, literally your attitude. And that too was the focus. I had a why that was bigger than the challenges, and because I followed that why, it was important to me. It came about.
How did you prepare? What did you do? Because this must have been completely, excuse the pun, new ground for you.
Completely.
How did you physically, mentally, prepare for something that's kind of never been done before, certainly within your matrix?
Absolutely, and within my paradigm. I mean, I am no stretch of the imagination see myself as an athlete. So I went to the Sports Science Institute. I worked
As one does?
Yes, one does. Worked with amazing biokineticists over there, and they had their doctors first check out me, give a full physical. And then went through a lot of cardiovascular training because it was, about making sure that your lungs has capacity and that you've got enough oxygen.
And that's still a question mark once you get on the mountain. You still don't know what your body is going to do.
You have no idea. And then, of course, people will always let you know about the people that died just moments before.
I'm holding that back right now. I'm holding that back. So when you did the journey, what was the high point for you? Obviously, there is a particular high point that I would imagine is just mind-blowing to get there. But for you, what was the biggest impact of this experience?
The most amazing impact that I had was the relationship and the bond that was formed between me and the porters that carried me to the top.
Oh, man.
It was an incredible experience. I remember the worst experience was being up caught at nighttime with 8 guys all around, carrying me through, rains and stuff. And it was just amazing.
I love that. I haven't cried today yet, so our moment is loading. It is mind-blowing to think of what that mental challenge must have been like. Never mind the physical elements of it, which I think could break anybody. But this is just new territory. It feels like for all of us, which is amazing. So thank you so much for being vulnerable. Thank you for saying it took you 2 years to work up the courage to do it as well, because I think there are a lot of people there sitting back right now thinking that there are barriers standing in front of me that seem concrete. They seem like an actual solid, real mountain. Well, I think you can conquer it, but it starts with just that first move. And we are going to be moving, well, I say that loosely. Carissa is going to be moving in just a moment. We're going to take you inside the fitness journey of Tarryn as she conquered Mount Kilimanjaro. Absolutely incredible. And yes, no excuses. Everybody moves.
Only you can make